Hey everybody, today I'm going to show you how to install a back window on a side-by-side. So I'm going to make it out of Lexan. Like, you can buy these online, of course, for your specific model. But I figured, you know what, I'm just going to buy some clamps and do it myself. So I got lots of Lexan material. So let's get started. I got already four clamps on, or three clamps on already. I got four. So I'll put another one on for you, but this is what they somewhat look like here. They got spacers in them. This is 1.75" bar on this one. So I tried the spacers, but they didn't seem to work out with two of them in there. It was way too big. So I went down to one spacer only, and I found some glazing rubber that I just wrapped around the tube to take up some cushion for this side here. And yeah, and I got the three on. So I measure, equally from here to there. So it's the same. I don't really have a lot of spots to put them, obviously, because I got the seat belts and where the roll cage attaches. So I got it just up above it and there. And four is definitely going to be plenty to hold it. So here's my clamp set that I bought. And here's the different size spacers, which these are huge. I was using just these ones here, and then two of them was too much. So like I say, I went down to this rubber here. This is just some rubber I had. It's just a glazing rubber. Any glazing shops will be able to have some of this stuff. There's tons of it here. So I just cut a little strip off just to start around the tube and then put the clamps on. So the clamps come with the Allen key and screws. And like I say, there's four. So I'll put this here. And I'll get this off of there. So again, I just start with wrapping this on here. So just get enough for maybe 1.5 or 2 wraps. And it doesn't have to be perfect, because after we're done, we can take a razor blade and trim all this off, so it'll look good. So for now, I'll just get it on there. Okay, and it's the bit tricky part. It's almost like you need 3 hands here, but I've been doing it with 2 so far. Okay, so you hold that. I already got the locking washer on there now. So I'm going to put this one through here. Allen key, hopefully you can see. And just kind of get the one started if you can. Just a couple threads. That's all you need. That seems to be going in there, okay. And then get the other one. Oh, and put the locking washer on that one. I thought I did. There we go. It's a little slow going when you're just starting here, turning these in, but once you get rolling, it's not too bad. Okay. So yeah, again, I want to keep this all lined up with all the rest of them, this part here, so everything's straight across. So I just kind of eyeball it. You can get a level on it or whatever, depending on how fussy you are. But it's Lexan product, so it's going to have a little bend to it anyway. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but as long as they're snug, you're good and straight. Okay, this is going on here good. Oh, this one came off. Let's push it on there. There we go. Now it's catching. Like I say, the 2 spacers that they gave me just weren't working. Only one. So just basically just tighten them right up. Okay. So that's on there. I'll do some tightening up there, snug them up, but that's basically how to get them on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Line them up. And what I noticed was this machine had a sound bar on it before. And it had clamps up here too, so I got to take these off because obviously the back window's going to interfere with that. So I removed one already. As you can see, I had a knuckle snapper. But I'm gonna take this one off too, and then we're gonna template it and go from there. So template time. So we got some cardboard cut here. I blocked it out. So basically I just took a measurement from each side here. So it's about 48 inches by about 21 inches. So I cut a piece of cardboard here, and let's fit it in here. So I had to cut a couple of slots to get against the roof rack, just so I could get it tight, because you want it as tight to these clamps as possible. Okay, so the cardboard is touching all 4 clamps. And let's go have a look. So there's the cardboard. I'm going to template it from the inside. So grab a Sharpie. And like I say, it's usually better with 2 guys, but I'm just by myself today, so I'm just going to wing it here. Now, on this particular Articat side by side, it's got these sort of headrests cut out sort of in the frame or the body, so I'm gonna go around them, because I got it tight here but it holds it out here, so that means when the Lexan's against these clamps, it's going to interfere with this, so I can't just cut it straight. I wish I could, but I can't. So if you can just grab a side of it here. Okay, so I'm just going to go kind of inside the tubing. You don't have to do everywhere, as long as your lines all match up. Like I say, just make sure you hold it tight though in the spots you do mark. A little tight here around the seatbelt though, but it's going to be all add-on and take off anyways, so you kind of want to go like this, just slightly round. Okay, go to the other side here, reach over, kind of get in there, and I think I'll go to the other side actually. A little awkward here. Yeah, where was this one? Oh, actually it was more like that. Okay, good, good, good. I guess remember it's a little rounded there. And then, like I say, once you get the Lexan cut, I'm gonna take the seat out. Makes it easier. Go around this part. Yeah, once the Lexan's cut, then you can refine it and hold it up there and make sure you're happy with it. You know, I'll just note that it's rounded here, and I'll make sure both sides are even. And as far as the size of it goes, I'm not sure if I'm going to overlap the tubing or just keep it in the middle or flush in here. It's not an airtight sealed cabin or anything. It's mostly just to protect from debris and wind and that. So it's so it doesn't have to be. You can choose what you want in there in that aspect. Okay, so I got the template done. So I've taped it just to hold it in place. So it's a little low here, right? It's touching the body, so I want to definitely raise that up a little bit. But I have the room up here to go straight up with it. So I'll leave it with this size, but when it comes time to install, I'll just raise that up about a ½ an inch or so. Everything looks pretty good. I just got kind of the gradual round here. So it sort of takes the contour of the roll cage. And I got taped, so we're even all the way. These little cutouts, they were a little difficult. Looks like I'm off a little bit. I got more space over here than I do here. So I'm gonna leave it as is, but when I cut the Lexan, I'm just gonna, instead of cutting it here, I'll leave a little more material here just to try to keep it even with this side. And it looks like I did the same on this side. Got maybe a little more space here. So I'm just gonna measure these out. I'll mark them, add on what I need to do. And that's it. So I'm gonna take this template down and put on some Lexan. We're gonna trace it and cut it out. And then we're gonna give it a dry fit, see how it goes. Okay, so got the Lexan out now, and I've took the pattern I made here and I've traced it onto here, and just to show you, I'm using what's called 4.5 mil. So I normally get 3 mil, 4.5 mil, and 6 mil, but so I'm going to go with the medium thickness here. It's going to add a little extra weight, but it's strong. I'm going to use a jigsaw to cut this out with, so you can use a jigsaw. And it's 4.5 mil. That's what I'm going to use because the stuff that you can get is the same thickness as it, so I'm going to keep it all the same. So 4.5 mil is what we're going to use. So I'll cut this out and then we're going to fit it. Okay, so yeah, got the Lexan cut, and I fit it in there now. So I got it all centered. I put it up on little shims for now, just to keep it off the plastics, and all down there, as well as this side here. So I centered it side to side, and you'll see, like I say, it's not airtight, of course. It's just more of a shield than it is anything, just to keep the wind and, you know, a bit of rain out and mud or anything that's flying up. Protective sticks, whatever, things like that. And I'm just gonna, well, I've marked the center of the holes. Here's the inside. I've marked the holes, so I'm gonna put drill a couple holes through the material, find some proper bolts, and that's about it. We'll try that. Hey, so we're at the final stages now. I pre-drilled all the holes, and I had to pick up some bolts today because I didn't have any, so I got those today, and I've pre-drilled all 4 holes, and I put it up to the clamps, and I mounted 3 of them. So here they are. I got washers for them, and I wanted 1.25 inches, but they didn't have it. They had 1.5 inch bolts, so it's not too bad because these sticking out extra are not going to make a difference. They're not going to interfere with anything. So yeah, they're fine, 1.5 inches, and with lock washers and a washer here just in case it won't go through. But yeah, I'm down to the last one here. So this one I still have to drill. So I'll pop that hole right now. So I'm just going to hold it in. I got about a 1/4 inch bit here. So this will make sure I'm lined it up. Just about dead. Well, it only needs 1 hole, so that's good. And feed that through like that. Grab a hold of it, tighten it on. So again, this is Lexan. I totally recommend Lexan. I wouldn't use plexiglass because plexi's not near as strong, and it won't withstand these holes and more than likely it'll crack on you. This stuff is really strong, so this is probably the best thing. So yeah, now it's all mounted, all four are in, and that's pretty much it. Now I just got to pull the paper off and have a look and see how it looks. Just got to get a razor blade and we'll trim it. So I usually just get a razor blade just because I'm going to peel this paper back, the protective paper. I'll just cut it a bit so it comes off a little easier than trying to get around there. You can pull all the paper off first, but you know, then you risk touching it and marking it up or whatever. So any mistakes, so I'll just leave the paper on until I'm completely done. And a little tight getting through around here with the seatbelt, but then it should just peel off. I've done all these ones already, and I'll show you the outside one too. And I just go around the hole, the washer I should say, just kind of like that. And then I'll pull the paper back. Okay, so we started it in here. And this will just peel off super nice. Take a look at that. Looking pretty good. And pull it off this side. It's a static. There it is. Okay, so that's about it. That's a back windshield done yourself. Like I say, I think you probably need about all these machines are a little different. This is an Articat Sport, but they're all basically the same idea. This is blocks out about 21 by 48 material, but like I say, it's the same application. Everything might be a little different, but the Lexan, cleaning it, it's going to get dirty on you. You're going to clean it. Whatever you do, don't use paper towel and Windex or things like that that can scratch it. It's recommended for this is to use a non-abrasive cloth and a mild detergent with lukewarm water. So basically just wipe it down with soap and water with something soft. I wouldn't use squeegees or anything like that. Of course, being an all-terrain UTV, it's going to get scratched and from the bush and stuff, but just preventive maintenance, I would just soap and water and a non-abrasive cloth, and that's about it. Oh, one other thing I forgot to mention was I did lower this a little bit here. It was up higher, but I figured it'd be rattling down the roads, so I didn't want it hitting this, because last thing you want to do is listen to something rattling all day. So I just lowered it a little bit, left a little room all around. So yeah, here's a good look at it. So like I say, the materials I used were just 4 clamps, some bolts, nuts, washers, piece of material, cardboard, and that's it. And these shims here, and pull them out now because you don't need them. And there you go. So there you go. So thanks for watching the video, and hope that helps someone out who wants to try and make one themselves. Okay, take care.